All right. It's your girl Mojo. We are live, baby. Um, I don't typically do this like this, but the way my life is set up, it seems like the only way I'm gonna be able to do these videos is if I go live. So, what we're doing is a pick a card reading. You saw there are four decks, four options to choose from. You have the gigantic clear crystal quartz. You have the nice flat round Moqui marble or Moqui stone. You have the pentacle, cute little necklace, and you have the small piece of carnelian. Um, I haven't shuffled the cards yet. I've actually only gotten pile one, deck one. Here's those cards. I've only got these because my intention was to shuffle each as I prepare to do the reading and not just have them already laid out because I'm going to be using for each one. I wanted to have all the cards included every time I shuffled. So this is what I'm doing. Another thing is, I actually already tried to record this, which is why we are doing it live. I got through about 34 minutes of it, added the video to my tape, and the shit was nothing but static. So, yeah, to say I'm a little upset about that would probably be an understatement, but it's all good. We know Mercury is entering its pre-shadow phase if it hasn't already. So these little shakeups and things are to be expected. You just gotta roll with the punches and pay attention, go slow, don't try to do too much too fast. So I will actually be rereading these. So anybody that picks the crystal quartz, clear crystal quartz, this is your deck. If you choose the Moqui marble, you'll get another deck. The Pentacle, you get another one, and the Carnelian, yet another one. Something that became, yeah, what up, Jerron? That's right. If you want to go ahead and pick one that's cool and watch or come back later, I have no idea how long this is going to be. But this is what we're doing. Yeah. Yeah. This is element of air. We've got water here. We've got earth element and fire, which didn't really become apparent to me until I had picked all of these. So, without further ado, we just gonna hop into it because I feel like this is gonna take a while. Crystal quartz for pile ones. Okay, okay. This is a because this is actually a spread. Like I picked a spread. This is about your challenges. Did you already pick? If you did, let me know. Okay, there's seven cards. Try to lay these all out nice and neat. Hopefully, I'll pick these up and put them back down in the right order. Because I already did this, so these won't be a surprise to me. Not these. Okay, for the first card. Okay. For the first card, your current greatest challenge. Ooh, look at that. That Ten of Swords, you're dying. You're just killing yourself with your mind, with your thoughts. It's a bunch of shit that you or some society, the world maybe has given to you these thoughts, and you've just kind of taken these things and basically done yourself in with them. Like you've reaching the end of this cycle. Maybe this is like the final act of how this is all playing out, or you're like just freshly on the other side of it, and you're kind of trying to figure out like now, it could be a couple of things. You're either approaching it, it has already happened, or you're on the other side of it and you're not really sure what step to take. Again, this is a challenge of the mind. This is the sword, so we're dealing with the element of air again, which is an interesting synchronicity. Is how the clear crystal quartz was designated for the element of air. So if you picked this number one, this pile, this bud is for you. You are or have been going through some things mentally. Could possibly be dealing with mental illness. Or like coming to the realization of a diagnosis or accepting a diagnosis. um, could just be a lot of mental constraints, a lot of thoughts about your life, what you think you're supposed to be, who you think you're supposed to be, how you're supposed to be living. Like, and this could also be due to influence of other people. You know what I'm saying? Maybe you got family members or so-called friends, co-workers. I mean, society, anything really, could have input on this. Okay, so yeah, that's your challenge. Your mind is a battlefield, and this is the challenge you are facing right now. All right, how is this challenge weighing you down? I mean, well, it's pretty obvious, right? It's doing you in, but let's see. Ooh, ew. Okay, the Queen of Swords. So, I mean, yeah, by herself, the Queen of Swords is a badass. Like, she's definitely somebody you want to watch out for. Like, you don't want to be her enemy, and you definitely want her on your team because her mind is sharp. Her wit is sharp. She has this eagle eye, baby. She sees everything, like every single detail. She may have a great memory, um, like a almost like a elephant's memory. Um, but okay, in the context of this reading, how this is what's the category again? How this challenge is weighing you down. Basically, you're not tuned into the emotional aspects, which is kind of fitting, because air and water, I guess, are kind of opposites. You got not wet and wet. They're kind of opposites. So, with all this mental baggage, okay, I'm getting that song Bag Lady by Erica Badu. You're getting all this mental baggage here, and it's like keeping you from connecting to that emotional aspect, that emotional side of life. I almost feel like, well, for some of the number ones, I feel like this is a defense mechanism. Especially if this all this mental debris, problems, drama is because of like a parent or maybe somebody who was in authority or who you felt whose word meant something to you, especially if it's come from that place, or maybe if it was like an abusive lover or something. This was a defense mechanism to keep you safe. um, like closing off your heart space, closing off your intuition. Maybe you had somebody who was telling you that like your intuition didn't mean anything, or um, not that it didn't mean anything, but like that it was silly. That this is what you need to pay attention to. You need to be like this, like So you just kind of cut all that off, um, to survive, to keep to be able to make it through this. Not only as a way of conforming, but as a way to keep yourself from being hurt, because it probably I mean, like if you, I don't know, if you were like a creative child and somebody saw you doing the creative thing and they were like, oh, that's silly. Oh, that's stupid. Or you can't make any money like that. Like that would hurt you to hear that, but also to not do it if it was something that you really love. So, this tough outer exterior is very logical. Very, when she's unbalanced, she's very cold, very callous, seems very unfeeling. She's actually a ball of emotion, but this out is tough and sharp. And so, before she lets herself get hurt, she'll cut you to shreds. Like she's not having it. This person definitely can be accused of not having a heart. The best way to overcome this obstacle. Yeah, the first time I saw this card, I was like, oh ho ho. Because look it's a journey, right? It's the same red cloak. Okay, we're gonna associate that with the root chakra. So we're talking about security, sense of self, belonging, your seat of power. This is attacking your foundation. Like you can't really get a good jump off from this. And so here you're taking this power back, really, from this emotional situation, even though the battle is in the mental area, it's very much tied to the emotions. Because, like I said, remember I said she is very still, very cold, but she has all the emotions in there, and the thoughts and the emotions are connected. So how you overcome this obstacle is by leaving this shit behind. I mean, you can't get much more obvious than that. I'm sorry to say it so bluntly, but I'm really not. Like you need to walk on somewhere. The moon is out, so this is like uncovering these hidden things, to maybe taking a hermit's journey. I'm seeing the staff, and they're walking off to the mountains. Like maybe you need to do some soul searching, and digging up these roots here and finding out what's at the bottom of them so you can give yourself what you need. Maybe you were in a position before where you could not get that, and now you are in a position where you can begin to give it to yourself. Okay, how your shadow self responds to this challenge. Six of Wands. Your shadow is with the shits, as you can see. The shadow, the moon, yeah, the shadow say, let's go. Yeah, I mean, I don't even have too much to say about this. Your shadow said, let's get it. Your shadow said, let's go. Your shadow's ready to go. Like, this is wands, okay? Six of wands. So this is fire, energy, action. Like, your shadow is about that life. Your shadow self is ready to progress and move forward. Furthermore, I would say that your shadow self is confident in the victory if you do decide to take this journey. Your shadow self is, again, here we go with the red cloak, okay, taking that power, being grounded, um, being in action, in movement, rejoining yourself, because we have the six, which is reminiscent of the lovers, which is about the union of the masculine and feminine sides. So perhaps, you could even be a woman. Some of you are women who have been told that you're too masculine or you're too feminine, or whatever way you are, you've been told you're supposed to be the opposite way. So this is about you getting back, reconciling with that part of yourself that you had to push down in order to survive. Oh, screen went up. Okay. How does your higher self respond to the challenge? Hmm. This just in. Your higher self is also with the shits. You have another wands here. This is the Four of Wands. So this is about, it's giving me Emperor vibes, because Emperor is the fourth card. Um, so I feel like, ooh, this could even be balancing out the masculine energy that you've been displaying. I feel like your higher self feels the same victorious energy that the shadow feels. Like basically, basically they're waiting on you. Like yourself, the parts of yourself are ready. They are ready for this change. They are ready and willing and able to assist you on this journey. In both of these cards, they are surrounded by action energy. You've got wreaths and fruits and like this celebration. You've got a town and like there's even a person next to you here. So you're not alone in the pursuit of leaving this baggage behind. Why was this put on your path? What is this about? And here you go with another wand. Okay, so this is the Seven of Wands. In this card, this person is standing up on like a precipice on a hill, and they've clearly got people or situations coming at them, and they've taken action. Um, and from their perspective, like if you were in their position, you would be looking down and you would be seeing all this shit coming at you. Um, but to us looking at this, what we can see is that they are at a vantage point. Like they have the advantage. Should I say they have the high ground? They are being assailed. They are being harangued. They have all this stuff coming at them. It's definitely going to be a challenge for you to experience this, to go through this, because this is something that you've probably carried around for a long time. And so ultimately, what you're facing is a renewal of yourself. Like you're having to undo a lifetime, you're having to undo a lifetime worth of thoughts and perspectives and ideals and mentalities that never applied. Not only that, but now you're having to retrain yourself on how to be, because this happened as a result of this, but now this is going away. So this is no longer going to serve a purpose. And ultimately, the reason you are having this challenge, this journey, is so you can get a new perspective, so you can gain the advantage, okay, over the things that have assailed you and assaulted you. What will change when you overcome this challenge? Look at that. Look at that. Look at that. The Queen of Cups. I mean, look at this. Look at this. Look at this. Look at this. You see this, right? You see this. You see it. The Queen of Swords facing this way, Queen of Cups going this way. So we have a complete 180-degree turn here. You're going from just being a ball of emotion encased in steel to tapping in to that inner emotion, being connected. And look at, is there water in this car? Not sure. But there, I was looking at this. I didn't see any water in here. But here is water. Here's water too. Here's more water. And here's the water. In all these cards, except for this one, well, like in this card, they've died facing the water, but they're not at it. Okay. There's water in this card, but it's way back here. Like her focus is on these clouds, the air, the bird, maybe. This person is like walking among the water, but they're basically walking off into the mountains. So this is like you having to take this inner journey into yourself. in a place that's surrounded by water. But then here we have the lovely Queen of Cups, who, they're both queens. So they're attached to the water element already. But whereas this queen in an unbalanced state hides that connection from the world, this queen, excuse me, makes it her foundation. She relies very strongly on her intuition. It informs her thought processes. She connects to people, she connects to the world through an emotional state. She might be a very loving person. Like, I feel like this is, once you do this, with the help of your higher and lower selves, and you gain this new perspective, I feel like, number one, this is going to totally change your life. And it's not something that happens overnight, it's a process. But as you go through it, as you allow yourself to grow and expand and experience the newness that's going to come in after all of this is walked away from, you're going to find yourself developing a different coping mechanism, but one that works, one that actually works, and doesn't. Ooh, cause yeah, like, no offense to the Queen of Swords people, and I mean, I definitely have been her at times and may still be. We all are works in progress, right? But like, that unbalanced Queen of Swords energy can be very cold, as I said earlier, very callous. You can end up alienating people. Again, even as a means of survival, pushing people away, cutting people off, um, not really connecting to people. And this queen is like the opposite of that. Not saying that you're just gonna have like a bunch of friends, people always all over your house. No, that's not what I mean. But I mean your experience of life and how you interact with it, how you connect to it, is going to flow out of that heart space, and not from this fearful, I gotta protect myself at all costs type of energy. Now, for further messages, I do have several. What did I do with the other cards? Okay, they blending into the background here. I do have several cards pulled from various decks. Let's get into it. Okay, okay. Yeah, that's pretty obvious. That's pretty obvious. Okay, so this says no absolutes, collaboration of spirit, and shining light on the Midnight Masquerade. For the Midnight Masquerade card, I feel like basically, it's uncovering all this stuff that was in the darkness. Delving into these deep inner parts of yourself to find out where this stuff is rooted, depending on how it came to you, how you acquired it, understanding, you know, what thoughts you need to replace these with. I would recommend affirmations. Not saying that everything has to be love and light. I'm not definitely not that person. But like, when you realize that your mind states, the things that you've been thinking have been absolute fucking dog trash, you have to replace that with something. You have to put something there. It can't just be nothing. And you have to tell yourself the truth. Like, let's say each of these swords is a thought. Your art's bad. You're ugly. Nobody will ever love you. Like, you'll always be poor. Like, you have to replace those thoughts with the truth, which is that your life is yours to make it as you wish. You don't have to live by anybody else's standards but your own. I mean, I know people who preach individualism, adamantly. I personally am into it, but we're also a community. So obviously, yeah, live your best life. But there are other people out here. But within reason, you can pretty much do what you want. Like, there's no way that you have to be. Nobody said that you have to be this type of beautiful or this type of talented or whatever the case may be. It is absolutely yours to decide. Your life is yours to decide what you're going to do with it. There are no absolutes. You need to take that message and internalize it and let it radiate from within. There's no way that you have to be. Um, the collaboration of the spirit, as we said, the shadow self and the higher self are both with the shits. So they're into it. They're waiting on you. Like, you have help, you have assistance, you have resources. If you're considering therapy, I'd say go for it. Don't let anybody talk you out of it. I know it's kind of taboo sometimes to feel like we need to talk to other problems. One of the things I think society does is promote this image that you're just supposed to have all this shit together. Nobody's got it together. Nobody's got it together. Do I sound confident? Do I sound like I know what I'm talking about? Because I really don't. I really absolutely don't. I'm quite terrified to be doing this, and I'm doing it live. But hey, here we are. I'm just a messenger. Um, yeah, collaboration of spirit. So you got help. You've got help from the other side specifically. Maybe there's ancestors or spirit guides, the universe itself. Just put your intention to move beyond this out there and then wait for your help to arrive. Okay. Let's see. This is a soul's journey card, and it says indecision. I use my intuition in all aspects of life. So I feel like that is connected to the Queen of Cups here. I feel like with the Queen of Swords, even though her core is very emotional, full of emotion and feeling, she does not use that at all. That is not what she makes her choices from. Which is not to say it's a bad thing. When she's in a balanced state, yeah, she's again not to be played with. But in this unbalanced state, she's cut herself off from this very vital part of life. Like, part of life is the fact that we do have feelings. They are indicators. They tell you when something is wrong. They tell you when something is right. Um, in the sense of how you feel inside. You know what I mean? It's just like you get a cut on your leg or something and you don't know it's there, but your legs start itching and burning. You're going to pay attention, right? Like, your feelings told you, hey, even though it was a physical feeling, it came to the point of saying, hey, maybe you need to look at your leg. What's going on down there? Then you're like, oh shit, I'm bleeding. Like, yeah, you needed to pay attention to that. And so yeah, I feel like with this 180, this complete 180-degree turn, your intuition is going to become stronger. You'll have opportunities for it to be tested, for it to grow, for you to grow in the knowledge and awareness and use of it. Again, this is something that just takes time. You may already be a person who has very strong intuition, but maybe you've been cut off from it for a while, so you will take some time to get reacclimated to it, and eventually you're going to find yourself in a position where it is a valuable and very useful thing to you. At some point, you're going to wonder how you ever lived without it. Hey, Melanie. Okay, we will get into three soon and soon. Okay, and for the Earth's Magic Oracle card, Dragonfly Emergence. Yeah, I'm getting a little synchronicity with that. I, so like they lay their eggs in water, and then when the little babies hatch and they're ready to go, they take flight into the air. I typically don't read these cards reverse, but since it is, I'm gonna leave it that way because I feel like that's kind of what's happening here. You're journeying from the air to the water, and she's in the water, and truthfully, you need to be a logical, thoughtful, rational person just as much as you need to be somebody who relies on their intuition, who's connected to their emotion, who connects and relates to the world through feeling. It can't just always be one or the other. So, really, I see a balance here, especially. I didn't even trip off of this. I mean, this is 6 and 4, but these are basically mirrored images. And remember, this was the shadow card, and this was the higher self card. So yeah, this is about you emerging into the fullness of yourself. Like, I mean, that's pretty plain right there. So anything else with that card? Yeah, no, you're emerging from this old dead space, um, into this position here, and eventually here, because you're going to journey into the darkness, right? And uncover the roots of these things. So, connect to your own feeling. Maybe you've been cut off from your own feelings, because that would definitely make it hard for you to relate to others. I mean, I'm just speaking from personal experience. I'm just speaking from personal experience that would definitely make it hard for you to connect to other people. Let's see. Work your light. What do you have to say? Ooh, okay. Answer the call. What is your soul calling you to do? Transformation. Things are changing at a cellular level. Deep healing. The word that's triggering me right there is deep. Because again, going into the mountains on your hermit shit. Like, but this is getting at the root of some stuff. So I feel like for a lot of you, this is something that happened. I don't know. You probably acquired quite a few of these swords, these thoughts, these ideas about how life was supposed to be, how you were supposed to be. You acquired a lot of you acquired this during childhood. Um, and it could be like some karmic stuff because this is 8, right? 8 usually is kind of a, well, it is an infinity symbol. So, kind of like some karmic stuff, that maybe you are bringing from a past life, or even just some stuff that was passed down to you. And I'm going to say more along that line as far as the cellular regeneration goes. And what is your soul calling you to do? Well, I mean, I feel like it could be something to do with creativity, and to really make a thing that people respond to, you have to put feeling into it. I mean, if that was the case, anybody could just put words or pictures on a thing, or to music, and make it and be successful. But how come certain people, well, okay, let's ignore all the conspiracies or whatever we think about industry and all that, and let's just say, why do some people get a response and some don't? Because people are feeling the one that they respond to. They relate to it somehow. There is emotion, there is feeling, there is something that can be felt in that body of work, whether it is a story or a song or a piece of art. And you can't put that in your work if you're not even in touch with it. So, you know, mm, I mean, what is it that you're being called to do? Your shadow and your higher self seem to already be with the mission. But the question is, are you going to take it up? How are you going to respond to that? Okay. And then we have the Sphinx here. Let me move them over. Okay. It says Divine Messenger, Earth Altar, Cosmic Library. Library. I have such a hard time saying that word. Library. Um, I know the Sphinx as kind of like a guardian. Well, I don't know them personally, but I mean, as far as the symbology of it, I know it kind of as a guardian, like a gatekeeper almost. They stand between somebody who has a question and whatever it is that's behind them, be that treasure or some sort of wealth of information. Um, I'm actually going to read from the book on this, the Sphinx. Let's see. Well, theories abound about the great knowledge hidden under the Sphinx. In actuality, this being contains the information themselves. They are the cosmic library. The Sphinx is a divine messenger and repository of cosmic, akashic, or spiritually informed wisdom. The very granite of the Sphinx's being holds and retains far more than the knowledge of the adepts who did the carving. Indeed, the Sphinx functions as a medium between us and the vast intelligence source in the stars. This mysterious one transmits messages from our ancient ancestors to those that are ready to receive them. When you draw this card, we suggest that you bring your question directly to the Sphinx. Stop, open your heart, and listen. Take some time to prepare yourself by doing the heart breath as you meditate on this enigmatic deity. Listen for how the Sphinx informs you. You will experience a download from the cosmic library of the ancient cosmic library, okay, of the ancient future memory from your DNA and your star seed origin. Hold on. Yeah, see, we just talked about the cellular changes, the deep resonating changes. And she looks like a queen too. I mean, really, not gonna lie. What? Don't rush this process. Then, yeah, so it's a process. This is an opportunity for you to connect with the Akashic records, which hold the inner map of your life and your potential future. As you develop your relationship with the Sphinx, you will strengthen your capacities to open to guidance and fully receive it. This is not only true for divine guidance. This divine messenger can also direct you to other allies on the earth plane who will assist you in your ongoing quests. If you feel called to vast knowledge beyond time and space, pay close attention when you connect with this magnificent earth altar, guardian of the stellar mysteries. So, yeah, I do feel now, having read that, I definitely feel more of, of the karmic connection here. Um, yeah, definitely processing some things that have just been passed down to you through your DNA, especially if you are dealing with this as a result of a parental or other family type of relationship. Y'all definitely got it honest. You probably got some family members who are way worse than you are. And that's fine. It just is what it is. Okay. Shungite. For your crystal message, we have Shungite. Where can I put that out of that glare? Oh, I don't like it. Okay, looking at the camera and looking at my cards is giving me like vertigo. Okay, so Shungite is your crystal message. It says detox your life. Yeah. I mean, this is definitely like a detoxing situation that needs to happen here, because again, these are these old, outdated mindsets and these coping mechanism that is no longer serving a purpose. Especially if you are about that life of answering that call, of especially doing something creative, connecting with your life, like being present, being in tune with your life. Yeah, you're definitely gonna need to detox there. Let's see what they have to say about shungite. Your mind, body, and spirit need a system reboot. Without necessarily realizing it, we are affected by our environment and all the things in it. From the technology constantly at our fingertips to the air we breathe, the foods we eat, and the health and beauty products we use. Take a closer look at what you choose to surround yourself with and what you put on and in your body. And I'm going to go one step further and say what you allow to live rent free in your head. Um, oh, I don't know if I said this already, but like when you uncover these things, uproot these things, you replace them with better things. Affirmations, making vision boards, get a Pinterest and just fill it up with a bunch of shit that's inspiring. Talk to inspiring people. Look at inspiring content. Don't just doom scroll on Facebook or whatever social media and like reinforce this negativity. You know what I'm saying? Encourage yourself, feed yourself, and you can also do this by again doing these things that the shungite crystal is speaking to. Getting back to basics, making sure you have enough rest and enough water and healthy food to eat, or at least healthier food to eat. Exercise, go laugh, go do something that is pleasant, and get back connected with who you really are. Um, to finish this, it says there may be a certain area of your life that needs simplifying. Take what you need from it and release what you don't. A virtual cleanse will help clear out the energetic sludge and get you feeling your best. Core questions: when do you feel foggy or drained? What are you exposed to during these times? How would you feel if you gave your system a break from these sources? And for the crystal action affirmation, it says, I nurture myself by giving my system what it needs and releasing what it does not. Today, while you eat, put down all technology and be mindful and present during your nourishing meal. Just a word of advice and not really a warning, just so much as a FYI, be aware. Once you start being present, once you start being present, like you're going to notice and not start being present like you're just constantly in a state of presence. It's like meditation in a way. You may have to, and more than likely will constantly have to bring yourself back to it, and that's fine. You're not supposed to maintain a certain way. Like that's unrealistic. Everything is a wave anyway. It's up and it's down, it's up and it's down. And so, once you start paying attention, you're going to see how much you don't be present. How often you literally tune out. It's like that movie Adam Sandler was in called Click. It's pretty old, probably telling my age with that one. But the remote learned his ways. And so after a while, it would just fast forward through shit that it knew he didn't even want to pay attention to. And sometimes we kind of do that. We run on autopilot, we disconnect, we disengage, and we miss out on a lot. And the last card here says, when I'm tuned in to the energy of abundance, I become abundant. Um, hmm. I mean, this could be about resources and money, but I feel like this is speaking to, whatever this was here. I feel like there's a specific sense of lack that's associated with this challenge for you, but I don't feel like it has to do with money. I feel like it has to do with your sense of self. Like it's something, I don't know, you feel like you're not good enough, or you can't meet somebody's expectations, um, that you can't compete with others. Um, but, well, not but, and thinking like that will have you in a position where you can't act on your passions, act on your energy, to create and do things with a full heart. You'll forever be in this wanting, needing, I don't have, I can't get, I suck position. But when you tune in, as the card says, to the energy of abundance, when you tune in to the reality, that nobody can be you, um, that you're here to experience life and share that experience with the other people who are also here, um, and that life is just for the living, and you open up your heart space to allow that to happen, and then you get more of that. You get the abundance. When I'm tuned into the energy of peace, I become peaceful. When I'm tuned into the energy of connection, I become connected. Like, you can swap this word out for anything and it will still be true. I number ones, because I'm going to publish this later, as a video, because again, as I said at the beginning of the video, this is the only way that I can do these videos and have peace of mind that it's actually going to work. Because if I sit up and record a 30-minute video only to find out that it didn't even do what it was supposed to do, like the whole thing, just nothing. Like, yeah, no, I'm not going through that again. I'm not gonna do it. And Mercury about to go retrograde. Oh no, no. What you will not get is me. I'm not going. I wish I could play a little interlude music while I reset myself here. I am about to deal for pile number two. That's the Moqui stone, the Moqui marble. Um, I call it grandma because they come in a set, and there's a smaller, more rounder one, that's said to be. Uh-oh, sorry. That's said to be the male, and the wider, flat one is considered to be the female. So I call her grandma. And this is the element of water. Is where we are with that. I'm just going to reassemble my deck. And we're going to get it cracking. I need to take a sip of water. I definitely don't think I'm going to be doing these super long videos all the time. I know the things say that longer videos get more views, which I definitely want. But sheesh, like that first reading was like 46 minutes. Wow, that was a long time. I hope it helped. I hope somebody got something out of it, Lord. I hope somebody gets something out of it. Okay. Okay. Right. In the video that was pre-recorded, you would skip out on all of this, but no type of editing. I'm not. Thank God for timestamps, because that's what you're gonna have to do. Dry, you still here? I need to leave myself a tip box. How do I get tips? Hashtag HMS81. Oh, okay, you hanging in with me? All right, yeah, I know. This is early for you. It's not anywhere close to your bedtime. So, okay, number two. This is all new to me now. Okay, yeah, dealing with some stuff. Sheesh. Sheesh. Uh-uh. Hating that happen. Okay. Right, don't tell me which one you picked. Because I might be biased because I know you. So just keep that to yourself. Hmm. Interesting. Number two. Interesting. All right. All right. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Okay. Now I didn't purposely pull 3 of these from the last set. They just all shot out. Oh, I'm so sad. When I was moving, this is one of the decks that got wet. I mean, I'm happy I still have them, but the cards are clearly warped. Oh, so they shuffle a little weird. But it's cool. This deck is called The Shape of Things to Come. I'm going to have a link in the description when I finish this. Okay. These messages that can come out. Turn these off. Any messages. I'm not going to count that because it didn't fly out of my hand. I'm shaking the table. Ooh. Okay. Well, there we go with that. Let's see. Soul Journey. Number 2. Try to do this to see if there are any jumpers that come out before. Nothing. Okay. One of them might have turned over before I actually request the card. Matter of fact, let me take that ring off. Okay, yeah, are you using Helidex? So many decks. I'm back like a fool. Why did I do this? Because I thought it would be fun. It is kind of fun. Having fun. Melanie, you still with us? Hopefully you remember to come back. And there will be a timestamp for you to go to the actual reading that you chose. That's the downside to doing the live is you kind of have to wait for me to get there. It's all good though. It is all to the good. Any messages in particular that want to come out? Right. These two and that one came out. So I'm not going to request any more. And lastly, we have the crystal, daily crystal. Let's see. Maybe messages want to jump out before. Okay. A little insistent, are we? All right. Let's listen. Number twos. Thank you so much for your patience. I really appreciate that. I thank you so much for being patient with me. Give just a second. I'm gonna sip something. I'm gonna sip something because my throat's a little dry. Mm. If you must know, it's a little rum and coke. Mm. Excuse me. Ooh, okay. So number two, who chose the Moqui Stone? Number two, your current greatest challenge. Mm. You know, um, I feel like it might sound a little bit like the first reading, but it's not. That vibe again is the queen. We had two queens come out in the first reading, not in the challenge position, but in the how it's weighing you down and what the outcome will be once you overcome it. In this position, let's see. I mean, this could be going either way because it's okay. So you chose the Moki Stone, which I'm associating with the element of water. I think it could also be an earth element attached to it, which is interesting. Water. This is a stone and it's formed earth. Actually has a very interesting way that it is formed, but you have to research that. I'm not going to talk about it right now. But, again, we see that water and that element. Why am I associating with this with water? Because, as I said earlier, this would be the feminine stone. And, I associate feminine with water, the divine feminine with like the ocean, receptive yin energy. And we kind of see that played out here because as a queen, again, she's associated with water, the emotions, but it's the Queen of Pentacles. So this is creativity, but also like creativity manifested. So it's like tangible things that we can see, that we can touch, that we can hear. Yeah, the emotional aspect of that, the feeling of that, maybe even the reason for that. And so this could really go either way. This could be a challenge to tap into this aspect of yourself, or this is a person in your life. This could be your mother, um, or like a lady boss, maybe somebody that's been a guardian, some woman possibly that you're dealing with in an authoritative capacity. So it could be like more philosophical in terms of, again, oh, I know what I forgot. Mm-mm-mm. In terms of tapping into these levels within yourself, or it's literally a physical obstacle in the form of this person. It was literally a physical obstacle in the form of this person. I forgot to deal this Egyptian card, and I sat there and looked at them. And I was like, I don't need those. Yes, I do. So before I go any further, I am going to shuffle these. Any messages want to pop out before? Okay, okay, okay. Sheesh. All right. Oh, okay. How is this challenge weighing you down? Let's see. Hmm. Okay. Well, Four of Swords. I mean, it looks like a funeral. It's kind of killing you. I mean, is this person? Maybe this is a really overbearing person, who probably feels really strongly about whatever it is they're telling you or saying to you or asking you to do. Maybe they come on really strong. Um, Ooh, this is for the people where this is a personal thing and it's not a person that's outside of you. I feel like this is, um it's not the overbearing aspect. It's the slowness. It's almost like you're in molasses, right? And you can't really, or you feel like you really can't make things happen. I don't know, something about being ineffective, maybe, being stuck, like the water isn't moving. If you were in a survival situation and you had found some water that looked safe to drink, except it wasn't safe to drink because it's not moving. That stagnant water be full of bugs and diseases and all types of shit. And so, with you being in this stagnant position, you're not really doing anything, or you don't feel like you can in either case. The funny thing is, the Four of Swords is actually the most peaceful sword card of the minor cards. All the other ones are like hella conflicted. Like beside the ace, I mean, and even that's just a hand with a sword in it. Like what? You got the Two of Swords, the lady's blindfolded. The Three of Swords is the heart stabbed through. The Five of Swords, the people. Is that the people like fighting? I'm thinking about the Five of Wands. I remember what the Five of Swords looks like. The Six of Swords is the people on the boat. They're fleeing. That's an okay card. The Seven of Swords, I think, is the person holding all the swords, and they're kind of like look like they stealing. Like they kind of sneaky. The Eight of Swords, that person is surrounded by all these swords. Another blindfold. Nine of Swords, you're up at night, you can't sleep. The swords on your wall. The Ten of Swords, you dead. All that shit that finally killed you. Like this may not even necessarily be your. This could be. Ooh, ooh, I feel like this is something that you want to manifest, but you feel like you don't have the power or the capacity or something. You feel like you don't have something that you need to make this happen. And so it's kind of in repose. Basically, you at the repast, you're laying out chicken wings and meatballs, but you really need to, or you really want to get moving. You want to take action, and maybe you don't know how, or you feel like you don't know how. I feel like it's making you feel like you can't move. The best way to overcome this obstacle, go away, go the opposite way. Ooh, hold on, because I almost told on myself. Wherever this is, whether this is a person, ooh, somebody's mother-in-law, somebody's mama, somebody's auntie, maybe even a sister. It could be a friend, a friend. Our friends aren't perfect either. Our friends are still people. Look at how I got these cards up here. It's disgusting. Hold on, give me some time. Give me some time. I'm gonna get it right. I'm going to get it together. Okay, right. So you need to go away from this shit. And me and this Knight of Cups go way back. This is basically like the Grail Knight. This is the seeking the Holy Grail, the Holy Cup, the 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 super spiritual, super meaningful. Oh, this night moving. This night is communicating. This night is seeking the reunification of these aspects, as indicated by this cup. The action you can take is to get the fuck away. Excuse me, pardon my French, but the action you can take is to get the fuck away from this person. Who is this? I mean, if you can, people be in all types of situations, and sometimes it's not easy. Sometimes it's literally not possible. Um, where there is a will, there is a way. You just have to make it your mission, make it your business, to do what you can, even if it's just establishing your boundaries. But this looks like movement, action. So there may be a physical move that's needed, a change of jobs, a change of venue, um, a change of heart. Maybe somebody that you close to, and this doesn't have to be a woman. Men and women both have masculine and feminine aspects and qualities within them. Maybe this is a male who displays these qualities. But with the court cards, they tend to indicate the identity of the person or the person. Okay. I feel like there's more information that's going to come out with the rest of these. How your shadow self responds to this challenge. What? Okay. What's funny about this was the same card from the last number, except it was upright. So your shadows, I don't know. Shadow's kind of nervous, I think. Boy, shut up. Why my boy shutting up? Because the card after this one in the last reading was also a wand. It was the Four of Wands. Matter of fact, and y'all saw me shuffle these cards. So, okay, okay, universe. Let me take a sip after that because, what? Um, your shadow self's a little nervous about it. Um, mm, and I feel like that's because of who this person is. If this is an outside person, I feel like I don't know, something about the nature of the relationship, the closeness. Maybe it's somebody that you're relying on, or somebody that you have like close contact with, somebody that you see all the time. I don't know. I don't know who this person is. Maybe it's a boss or something. And so like the phrase I'm getting is quaking in your boots. Literally, like you like, oh shit, like I don't really wanna have to do this. Um, and that's okay. That is okay. I be scared. I still be scared. Um, but when it comes down to doing what you need to live your life, when it comes down to being comfortable with yourself to the point that, like, okay, for example, I know for me, when my shit is fucked up, when I ain't right or whatever, to put it very basically, when I'm not in alignment, like I start losing sleep. Like once I can't sleep at night, I know it's something wrong. Like it's pretty much gone too far at that point. Like how did it get this far that now I can't sleep at night? What do I need to do to get myself back into a point where I feel like I can rest and get some relaxation from somewhere? Um, I know it may be scary. I know it may be scary for you. I know it may be scary for you, but what you stand to gain from this, the freedom, um, the connection with self, the resurrection of whatever this um, is worth it. It's worth it. Like use that fear as a catapult, as a stepping stone. Don't let it hold you down because your higher self is like seeing the position that you are in. The higher self is looking and examining to see what action can be taken. It's assessing. It has a better vantage point than the shadow, to be perfectly honest. Um, in terms of being able to see far-reaching applications and everything. What am I trying to say? There's a better way to say that. In terms of being able to see the bigger picture, I would say the shadow is more in the forest, whereas the higher self is above the forest. It can see the entire forest, whereas the shadow self is down in the tree branches, it's among the tree trunks, it's among all the creatures that live in and out. It's very micro visual, whereas this is much more a macro outlook. So your higher self has insight on how making this fearful change would actually work to your benefit. Putting you in a position where you can see more clearly and plan more clearly without the imbalanced influence of this person or this app. Why has this been put on your path? Mm, okay, some big things popping. That's that Emperor. Let me get this into the camera. Sorry, I didn't realize. Yeah, that's that big thing popping. That's that Emperor energy. Oh, so we're talking about foundations. We're talking about establishment. We're talking about yang, very yang energy, action, fire, make it happen, make it soul number one, affirmative, Ripley, like, yes, this is daddy right here. He's like very bold Aries energy. He's a warrior, he's a ruler, connected to divinity. The throne is established, he's got the mountains behind him, and there's water here. Like, he's firmly set on land. Why has this challenge been given to you? So you can learn to stand up for yourself. I think that's one aspect of it. Defending what matters to you, what's real to you, establishing your own foundations. Maybe this is about getting on your own 2 feet. Um, because if this is like a person outside of you, then maybe this is somebody who has held your reliance and need of them over you. If this is just an aspect of yourself, then maybe this is you feeling like you, again, don't have the resources to make these things happen, feeling like you have to wait somehow, put your projects on hold, maybe to do other things, or putting projects on hold because there's never a perfect time, like waiting waiting for the perfect time. But the emperor, he makes his own time. What perfect time? He is the time. What are you saying? Daddy not finna wait. He not finna wait for nobody. He finna do what he need to and what he want. Last card. What will change when you overcome this challenge? You gonna get to work. You gonna actually start doing the shit instead of just being like, hmm, timing. Like, you're going to have fruits of your labors. Okay, you're going to see, excuse me, you're going to see results of your work. um, you're going to have grown spiritually and emotionally, um, and you will find yourself in a different place. You will not any longer be in the waiting to get started place. You'll be in the waiting for it to grow, but it's more of an active waiting, because the growth, is something you can see. Not only that, it's something that you have to tend to actively. So it is a very involved process. There won't be any more stagnation, there will be movement in progress. Wink, wink. Okay, and for the additional messages, let's get started with the messages from this deck, whose name just completely left my brain right now. Oh, the shape of things to come. Okay, renegotiated treaty. I'm feeling like this is establishing boundaries, especially if this is a person outside of you. You're going to be like, look, no. Or you need to be like, no. Like, you need to push back. And I mean, it doesn't have to be a conflict like where you get into an argument, although honestly, some people won't respond well. Um, you can keep it all to yourself, just as long as it manifests in your life. Like you don't have to have it out with this person if you don't want to, but just as long as your actions show that you mean business. But I mean, obviously, if this is somebody that you see on a regular basis, or somebody that you're physically close to, that you almost can't even avoid, there's going to be a discussion. And you're going to need to say your piece. Like you're going to have to do that. Let's see. The next card says the fame game. They love you. You're a star, but it's reversed. And then this card says workings of the omniverse, but it is also reversed. Ooh, okay. So this could be like a situation where hmm, this person, I don't know, like this person knows that this is a person outside of you. This person knows how much you need them, or like they've been they feel out. They feel almost entitled to you or something that you're doing in some way. Um, and so they're probably not going to have a good reaction. Like maybe this is a warning. If this person is violent or anything like that, number one, get to safety. If you have to have like a whole, hey, I'm leaving or whatever, and you feel like they're going to react violently, don't tell them shit. Just go. It's okay. You can leave. Um, or keep it secret as long as you need to until you are able to vacate. Um, because they may like totally turn their I don't know. I get the feeling like maybe they put on a very calm, friendly demeanor for some of you, and once they learn of your intentions to get from underneath them, they're going to flip the script, and you will no longer be the apple of their eye. Like they are going to be like, "What the fuck?" Like they are not going to be happy about that. Um, mm, I guess I want to say this is all some interdimensional, intercosmic stuff. I mean, who knows why things really happen? And furthermore, who really knows what effect the choices that we make have? Like we do to a degree, as far as what we can directly see. I don't know what effect this is going to have on the world in 20 years. How do I know that somebody somebody won't come along and watch this video uh, in 5 years, like after nobody's even thought about it, and be inspired and inspire somebody else who inspires somebody else who inspires somebody else who changes the world. I have no idea how far the tendrils, the arms, the legs of a thing can go. Your job, if you had a job, your job is to, I mean, you alive, you here, so technically you do have a job. Your job is to simply fulfill your mission. Your job is to align with your highest self, as they say, your best interests, the best interests of the collective. Your job is here to participate and be and live. And maybe this is a fearsome person, but maybe you are also here to be their wake up call, or at least another notch. So when they finally do have that moment and they come to themselves and say, "Oh my God, I've been fucking it up this whole time," you're going to be a flash of memory. That was another time where I fucked it up. You're absolutely right. because now they won't have you to constantly be stepping on or be their fall guy or be their punching bag any longer. Hmm. Okay. Yeah, I don't know. I feel like it's bigger than hip hop with this. This is bigger. This is a little bigger than you. And I feel like this has to do with, I don't know, this thing that you're waiting on, or this decision, or this move. Like it has reverberations that extend beyond you. And that's no pressure. I mean, the universe does what it needs to. So, in the event that you don't step up, somebody else will. There's never a lack or need or want of people to do things that need to be done. The question is, are you going to take up the mantle? Okay, Hathor, magic, medicine woman, integration. Where's that book? Hmm. Right, we see the cup again, going away, reconciling, action, movement toward the cup. That personal magic. Um, hold on, hold on. Challenge is becoming this queen, somebody who's emotion, somebody who is creative and manifests. Because maybe you are just in this place where you feel like you can't. You're just in a bind, in a rut, in a very hanged position, as we should say. But the goal or the way through is the pursuit of these feeling things, these things that have an effect on you, these things that touch you deeply, sharing these things with the world, going out on a mission to share these. Hathor, number 14. Beauty permeates the goddess of love and joy, celebration, and intoxication. She is the cow goddess of the night sky, whose nourishing milk streams forth as the Milky Way. In the lineage of the most ancient grandmother Neith, who is sometimes depicted as a serpent who reaches inside of herself to pull out all of creation. An abiding sense of the benevolence of Neith is infused into Hathor, the medicine woman, who integrates the light and dark into a magical blend of higher love and wisdom in her gold and silver chalice of healing. Her medicine resolves her inner conflict. Anything lowly in form becomes divine when blended with her love. She has the power to bring you the sacred, hold on, to bring you to the sacred marriage within. Didn't we talk about this? Reunification, reunifying of the cells. Fostering unconditional love for yourself and others. When you are healed by Hathor's magic, you experience a peaceful yet powerful infusion of love. When she appears in her Lady of Beasts aspect, all of Earth's creatures feel blessed and savor her presence and long to be close to her heart. If you have chosen this card, you have an opportunity to drink from Hathor's magical medicine chalice. As you focus on her loving presence, begin to resonate with the essence of the brew she's creating for you. A blend that includes the oppositions in your life, combined alchemically to transmute into unconditional love. Feel the healing power of love enter and flow through your being. Problematic situations, struggles, and even strained relationships can be transformed when you integrate Hathor's love. And you might be scared to say or do whatever it is that you need to do, but you might be changing this other person's life by doing so. Hathor can also introduce you to your allies and animal totems. When you pull this card, it's a good time to notice who comes into your conscious awareness. You might even find that a totem appears in your outer physical surroundings over the next few days. Watch for the magic so you can engage with it fully. Um, I mean, I don't know how likely it is that you're gonna run across a cow. For some reason, I'm getting bees, ladybugs. What is this? Some other type of flying thing. Um, oh, beetles. But it's not this. Okay. Soul's Journey card. Growth. Ooh, I want to expand my consciousness and my awareness. Right. Getting out of that mode of thinking that you can't and understanding that you can. Moving into these places where you're starting to see the results of the effort and the energy that you put forth, and what you put in it. What you're actually putting it into. Oh my God, I can't pick up the cards. Okay. The Great Gathering, Star Mother, take a break. Okay. So says in, yeah, the Great Gathering, it's all coming together. Intuitive hits, Soul Tribe. Yeah, no, I feel like this action that you need to take to put you in a position able to connect with these people. You may find, if especially if it's like a situation where, like, I don't know, it's kind of fucked up where you got to get away from them, or and part of the fear for you is that you won't have help or resources. That it's going to be like a beacon um, in the universe, and the help will come. The help will be there. Not only that, but it's putting you in a position where you can get connected to others who are like you. I feel like y'all are kind of scattered, or you've somehow been separated from them. Mm. And yeah, this definitely gave me kind of mothering energy, especially if this is an aspect of yourself and not um it's asking, how can you mother yourself? What love and compassion and grace give to yourself? What peace of mind can you give to yourself just for being in the human condition, which is alive? Like, we all have fears and doubts. You don't need to beat yourself up, because you are less than confident. Like, I said this in the last message, nobody really knows. Nobody knows what's going on. Nobody has a clue. I mean, we find what feels like home to us, and we gravitate towards that. And so, those are our clues. But ultimately, nobody comes with a blueprint. Nobody comes really knowing how to navigate any of this shit. So, it's fine. It's really fine. You just gotta be compassionate with others and with yourself. Um, and last, work your life message says, take a break. A life's work, not a season. Get off the treadmill. Ooh, okay, right, all right. I'm getting a different aspect of this reading too. It could be that you're a workaholic and this has kind of burned you out, or it's even made you sick, physically sick to the point that you don't have a choice but to sit your ass down and not do nothing. And the real need is for you to Focus on what's important and what matters instead of just always trying to go, 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 make, be, do, endlessly do until you just run yourself into the ground. Like that's not gonna work. You obviously need to take a step back and peep the scene so that you can move forward with certainty, with gusto, with vigor, with confidence. And that's funny. The universe is funny. So the crystal message here is take action. Did I forget something? The crystal message, God, I done forgot two more cards, Jesus. I'm sick of me. I'm sick of me right now. We'll get to those. Red Jasper, 58. Take action. Check that box. If your to do list keeps growing and you're losing motivation, and put the pedal to the metal. You are in the driver's seat. It seems really contradictory to this other message, which is take a break. But I feel like the take a break is if you're the person that's just a workaholic, like obviously take a break. But for these other things where you need to confront these boundaries or these aspects of yourself, the take a break is for you to step back and see, what you need to do and how you need to do it. Motivate yourself to take action and cross even the most tedious tasks off your to do list. Getting started is half the battle, but it's equally important to be dedicated and finish what you start so you have a sense of accomplishment at the end of the day. Set realistic goals for yourself to stay on track and avoid delays. One by one, each task will get done. Core questions. How would it feel to accomplish the things you have been procrastinating? What is the first steps towards completion of one of these goals? Crystal action. Affirm. I can do it. Today, complete one thing you've been putting off. I'm so sad that I forgot these other two cards. Oh no. Any cards want to jump out? You're more than welcome to. Look at this shuffling. Why is card shuffling like that? Fumbling. I'm not taking any of these because they all just fell out. And the last, I heard one of my kids walking around. That shuffle failed. 3 o'clock in the morning. Like, really? Any messages want to jump out before I select the card? Before I request the card? That's deep. It says, when I merge my desire with faith, I can take action from a place of peace. And we have the mountain for strength, which is looking very much like the mountain behind the emperor, drawing upon those resources, that well of inner strength, of inner self, um, that allows you to operate from a grounded place and not a place of fear, of lack. Um, what am I looking for? Earth magic. I want to see what this has to say. It makes no sense to deny the strength you have at the cost of allowing yourself to be reactive and subject to external influences. Find what is healthy for you. Imagine yourself as a mountain of strength, solidly grounded in the earth, your head held high as if you were touching the sky. Do so without straining, just as the mountain itself does not strain. The current situation calls for you to be vigilant, but not to the point of fear or paranoia. Be that rock of strength that you are capable of becoming. The solidness of your of your resolve will be clearly communicated when you model yourself after the towering immensity of a mountain, impenetrable and inscrutable. Standing steady like a rock. Sorry. I was kind of mentally blanked out. Standing steady like a rock is what is called for at this time. Um, yeah, no, I feel like you gotta stand your ground, either with yourself or with this person. Um, establish those boundaries and decide what you will and won't put up with, and then give yourself the grace to do the things that you need to do. Have the peace, the space that you need to have in order to do what it is, whatever it is you're trying to accomplish. It says, when I merge my desire with faith, I can take action from a place of peace rather than control. Yeah, because you don't want to just be out here like moving like everybody else. It's like, oh, I'm scared. I gotta try to grab hold and control everything. No, what's up? All right, number twos, thank you so much for allowing me to do this reading for you. I hope that it has been a blessing and not a pain to you. Either way, sound off in the comments. Let me know below. Please like, comment, subscribe, share, hit that like button, hit that bell, because we're going to be doing these at least once a week for this length of video. Be doing nothing like this more than once a week. Um, but I will do other videos that are much shorter and easier to record. Sorry, number twos, I kind of babbled on there, but it's all good. Thanks for sticking with me. See you later. Hey, right. I guess I could take the microphone, take the headphones off if I wanted to. Can I mute this? Yeah, I want to mute this. Can you hear me? Who is watching me? Is it still Jerron? Did you hear any of that? Because my child, Lord Jesus, Buddha, Muhammad, Walter, anybody, dear God, it's me, Mojo. Are you there? Oh God. I got a teenager in my house. Y'all pray for me. Yes, what? Yes, you heard that? Okay. Did you hear anything? Did you hear me talking to Nicholas? Cause that boy, whoo, that boy get on my nerve, Lord. Whew. Okay. Okay. Yeah, girl, it sound like in the kitchen. Of course, I'm live, so I can't be like, hey, get out that toilet. Like, you know, like, oh, okay, you playing with me. Um, right. Okay. This is all the cards. Let's see if I can remember all of them this time. Hi, Beansy. That's my cat. Beans, my cat. Okay. Number 3, the Pentacle. If you chose the Pentacle, you can't see that. Let's see. Light. That light's pretty bright. Where can I move this? Okay. Turn the light back on and fine. If you chose the Pentacle, number 3, this reading is for you. What is your biggest challenge? Okay. Resources. I mean, is it any coincidence that you picked something that is associated with the earth element? Melanie Galliot, you chose number 3. Whenever you watch this again, um, resources, abundance. Look at that. 10 of Pentacles. Beautiful. Something about a legacy. I don't know, an inheritance. Um, yeah. Mm. Wanting to take action, maybe not knowing, not knowing what action to take, which direction to go, maybe being stuck in choices, but really needing to rely on your intuition. Yeah, I've seen that. Okay, number 3, you got jump cards. All right. Does that count? Cut dog it. Okay. All right, Pentacle. Pentacles, what the what? Y'all see this? Bruh. Nope. I'm not taking not none of the junk card. I'm not doing it. You gotta come out in this reading. Okay. Right there. Alright. Okay. Current greatest challenge. All right, I'm gonna just put these up out the way. I'm gonna move you. Pentacle. What? How does change weighs me down? Okay. 4, 5, 6, 7. Bam. Here we go. With this 4 deck. Poor because it got wet. If you didn't watch the other ones, it got wet when I moved. And now it's extremely warped. I have caught these cards with my belly. But it's still one of my favorite decks. And I haven't been able to get a replacement. So just making it work. Dude, no. Any messages that want to jump out before I specifically expressly request a card? Any others? Last chance. Alright. We're bouncing. Okay. Egyptian Oracle. Whatever this is called. Got the name of it. No disrespect. I just forgot. Any messages that want to jump out for our expressly request a card. Last chance. Going once, twice. Sold. Alright. Right here. So I'll cut. Soul's Journey. Any messages want to jump out? Any messages want to jump on out? Feel free to do so before I select a card. And for my next trick, Work your light. Any messages? I'm gonna jump out before I expressly request a card. Please feel free to do so. Speak now or forever. Hold your peace. Last message is brought to us by the Daily Crystal Oracle. Any messages? I'm going to jump out now before I request a card. It doesn't count. I missed my hand. Oop. All right. Okay, number three. So you've been waiting so patiently. Uh, well, no, you haven't, because if you're watching this later, you just clicked on the timestamp. Isn't technology wonderful? Um, okay. Your current greatest challenge. Oh, alignment. I mean, you could be facing a legal battle. Um, what this could also have to do with alignment. Basically, getting your shit together, whatever that means to you. To you, not just being bound by societal constraints of what that means. You know, it's definitely more of a dynamic process, or static. It doesn't very well be legal trouble. You could have dealings with a Libra, maybe an Aquarius. Mm. How this challenge weighs you down. Ooh, yeah. I don't know. For this legal matter, I feel like it's kind of drawing on your resources. It could very well be sending you to the poorhouse, in terms of you having to pay. This could be a legal matter involving money, where because of the wait, the patience, the delays, or whatever, um, you're waiting on this money, waiting on this resources, or you're like in a position where you have to ask for help and resources, because of this. As far as it being a case of you being out of alignment with yourself, then relates directly to your ability to generate income, generate money, generate resources. You've kind of taken this. I don't know. I don't know. The universe is calling you out about feeling helpless, feeling like you can't do anything. Oh, look at this. Look at this. Do y'all see what I see? Do anybody see it? The symbols are the same here. Um, yeah, so this is directly correlated to this. Um, again, either it's a legal issue where your money is held up, or this is about you being things lining up for you, um, as a channel to the resources, and because it's out of alignment, then the resources not flowing like you need them to. The best way to overcome this challenge. Well, I mean, you got many options. You got to follow your heart. What's in your heart? How do you know? What if it's multiple things? What if it could be any of these things? Then you have to go after them. There's not really a right answer here. And I mean, this all really depends on your personal perspective. You know, for example, some people would say snake is lying, deceit. Others would say the snake is cunning, it's wisdom. This kind of like ghostly apparition. That could be something scary, or it could have to do with, ancient wisdom, ancient knowledge. I mean, any of these things could be anything. It looks like your field of choice is wide open here. Maybe you are waiting for the right moment or the right time, or you're waiting on a sign, you're waiting on some type of bell to go off. Um, or maybe it's that you're in a need. You know what I'm saying? You need the money or the resources, and so you feel like you don't have time to just be exploring. But I mean, that's what it's gonna take. That's really what it's gonna take. I get the feeling that you could pretty much do anything. You could do anything. The searching, the destination is one part, is the rest of it. In the searching, you become more closer to yourself, you become more aware of yourself, you have interactions with yourself as well as with the universe, the people in the universe. And so the journey is just as important as the destination, even though maybe pressing and definitely has weight and value. The journey is not any less important. um, how your shadow self responds to the challenge, how your higher self responds to the challenge. Mm, that is interesting. Okay. Hmm. I don't know. I feel like the shadow aspect here is a positive reaction. It's not like with the last one for number two, where the card was reversed, and the person was kind of scared. I feel like the shadow self is eager, although maybe it doesn't really have any idea the amount of work, but it's eager and doesn't care. It wants the goal. It wants to see this dream, whatever this is. Maybe it's even just self realization, self actualization, being able to do and see it through to the end and see it manifest as a physical, tangible thing that people can interact with and react and respond to. Maybe that satisfaction of that is what's driving that. The um, it's like a young, very unknowing, uninformed, but not lacking zeal or vigor, or ability. Just because there's a lot that you don't know doesn't mean you still can't do something worthwhile and valuable. A lot of your learning is going to come from trying and failing. You're going to figure it out as you go along. I'm sorry. have it all mapped out. Some of this shit you're gonna have to make up on the fly. But your higher self, okay, already knows what's up. You know, this is the Hierophant. This is a major arcana. The attitude that your higher self is taking to this, I'm not going to say stick to tradition or stick to what you know, but I feel like this is like a support or a guidance system for you. You know what I'm saying? If you have religion or magical, spiritual people in your life, aspects, traditions that have been passed down to you, or things that you have been invited to partake of, or have knowledge of, or awareness of, this is a indication that your higher self, your higher soul, is keyed into that, and that will be a guide for you, something that helps strengthen you when you get weak or tired or discouraged, as well as something that can help point you in the direction. Maybe this has to do with tradition. Maybe you are creating new traditions or breaking old, eh, obsolete traditions down. Uh, mm, this could be a very unprecedented case. Why has this come to your path? The jokes, the jokes of the universe. This is a jokey joke. It's not a game, no. This is your life. This is the fool. This is how would I describe the fool? This is endless potential. It's endless potential. It's unlimited potential. The world is your oyster. The world is at your footsteps. What do you want? What do you want to do? You don't know? Fine. Go out there and stumble around until you step in something that wipe off. You know what I mean? It's come to start you on your journey. The Fool is the very first tarot card. It is the first card in the deck, the first card in the major arcana. So this is really about you taking up what you have and following your bliss. And if you don't know what your bliss is, then following a bunch of stuff until you find out what it is that you actually want to do. Maybe it's a bunch of things. Maybe it's none of those things. Maybe it's a few things. Who knows? I mean, how do you really know? How do you really know unless you put yourself to it? I know you probably want to find the thing that's going to get you the biggest, most securest income or resources or whatever the case may be. Sometimes it's just not possible to know ahead of time. That's why you should make sure that the things that you're doing, you're actually really passionate about and you really care about, because you might not get it immediately. Chances are it's not going to pop off immediately. You might have to put in some work and go unnoticed, and unpaid for a while. In which case, if this is about resources and you're like destitute, oh God, like I've struggled with this so much and so long. I just came to the conclusion that you cannot ignore your mundane life. Like, you need resource, you need shit. Okay, I need money. Like, I have rent to pay, I have bills to pay, I have habits that I need to support, like buying tarot decks and tea and crab legs. Like, you got to do what you got to do. If you got to take a job somewhere that you don't really want, you know what I'm saying? You might need to go and do that. I mean, unless you got some other irons in the fire. It's more than one way to do a thing, right? But you got to be realistic and not shortchange yourself and not limit yourself, for want of the things that you need. Um, and so, in order for you to safely jump off that cliff, you might need to be in a better financial position. And obviously, that's not going to happen if you don't have any income. Okay. And last card, what will change when I overcome this challenge? Judgment. Uh, it's another major arcana. This I actually associate with the high priestess because it's two tens and it's a 20, which is 2 plus 0, which is 2. If you want to get into it, it's also the magician because there's 10 and 10, the world, a lot of different associations, but I put this in the vein of the twos. So, hmm. Oh, hold on. Wait a minute. Wait a minute. I'm getting some information. Give me 1 second. 'Cause the universe just had me like, and I oop. Um, People that's dealing with this legal. Hold on. Excuse me. So for you people that's dealing with this legal issue, like the judgment, I feel like it's gonna be a judgment. Is it in your favor? I mean, well, these cards are upright. This card is upright. Oh, I almost forgot about these over here. Let me put these right here so I don't forget. But for you people that's dealing with this legal thing, like, yeah, no, there's going to be a judgment. Very likely in your favor, or at the very, or on the other aspect of it, if it isn't in your favor, it's still going to leave you in a position that you can come back from. Okay. Um, if this is about aligning with yourself, then I feel like that put it, I don't know, this puts you in a position of having that right judgment, or not so much as right, but the reckoning of yourself with yourself. You know what I'm saying? You are able to exist in a space where your heart is pure or clean, as far as how you feel about what you're doing. And you're not just, I don't know, doing things that are out of alignment. I hate to beat that phrase to death, but it is what it is. When you're not living in a way that speaks to your passions and your dreams and your goals, you can be like in this very judgmental place where everything's kind of sour, or you get into this fearful outlook where nothing really seems like worth it, or possible even, and so at that point you're judging yourself incorrectly. You're judging things poorly, and you're not able to come out of that. But the outcome of this, of, ooh, all three of those in a row, 2 5 2 0, that's a 7. I mean, and you had this too, like four major cards. This is pretty big. This is a pretty big thing here. I feel like you've been, if this is a personal thing and not a legal issue that you're dealing with, I feel like you've been, I don't know, you maybe have kind of judged the world based on your own experiences, or you've like judged yourself harshly, And so you're not able to be as effective as you want to be. Um, or take the opportunities. Let's see, you got these jump cards. What? It was four of them. Ooh. Mm, okay. Shuttity uppity. Look, what did I say? What did I say? I didn't say that. I didn't say it. I just was the messenger. But what did I say? You see it, don't you? You see it? I mean, yeah, Pentacles, resources, collaboration, establishment of foundations, having, a firm grip on reality, which if you're judging yourself mad harsh, what I'm saying, beating yourself up about being in a needing position, not being sure, not knowing, a firm grip on reality. This could just be a time where you need to be frugal and careful with resources. Because there is a delay or a hold up on what you have and what you have access to. I feel like the liberation of that, the freedom of that is in the pipeline. And even if this is a personal thing, and it's not a legal matter, the freeing up of these resources, okay, this shit is like right around the corner. You just have to take that leap. Some of your efforts may be combined or helped by collaborating with others. Maybe somebody you're working on a project with, or somebody that you can connect with and ask questions of, get help from, to kind of guide you along the way, as you pursue whatever it is. Yeah, the high priestess. I had put her down here because wow, wasn't really expecting to see her there. But there she is. She slid on out. The devil. Woo. Okay. Oh goodness, I might have to cut this one short. Talk about my storage space, but I'm live streaming it, man. Whatever. All right, the devil. I don't know what's going on here. This could be a Capricorn or an Aquarius as a partner, maybe. Um, this could be the person that is on the other side of this legal matter. This could be a temptation of yours, specifically with regard to resources. Like maybe you got some really bad spending habits. You like to eat, take out, be door dashing, and Uber Eats in, and whatever other your proclivities are. Like, hey, time out, time out. Let's take a knee and reassess the situation, because I don't know if that is in your best interest right now. This could also just be a call to like go back to the basics, getting caught up in all of this. You can forget about taking care of yourself, how valuable even such a small thing like that is. Getting enough sleep, drinking enough water, getting exercise, doing a fun thing, finding what fun means to you, however small it may be, and relishing in that. Um, yeah, nah, but some of y'all out here, some of y'all threes are like addicted to spending, or to, I don't know, whatever thing it is you've maybe been using to help you get through this. And you kind of need to check that before it wrecks, it crash and burn, makes you crash and burn. Okay. It says the spotlight blinds to even your own lies. The spotlight blinds even your own lies. Alchemy, the five sacred elements, acceptance. You're already doing it. Stop overthinking. Sunstone. Take pleasure in the goddamn. Boy, look, I'm about to cuss. I'm about to just say some more. What? Okay. The spotlight blinds to even your own lies. Now, what I think that's saying has to do with this whole alignment aspect. Like, specifically, what you were telling yourself as a result of being in this position, this harsh judgment that you're giving yourself. Maybe the need to cling to this temptation, the the fear of not knowing which way to go, the fear of not having, the fear again of not knowing, you know, that those thoughts, those feelings, those things, all that shit you allow to take. Oh, I just caught the timer at 2 hours, 22 minutes, and 22 seconds. Bing, bing, bing. Um, that stuff that you allow to take space in your head has an effect to a very large degree on the experience that you have, and thus what happens to you in that experience. Now, of course, we can't account for people that are outside of us who have to make their own decisions, live their own life, whether it be the plaintiff, the judge, the jobs and shit that you gotta go and get in order to support yourself while you're pursuing your dreams. But like, don't poke your own eyes out. You need them. You know what I'm saying? You need those to be able to see which way you need to go or which way you're going to go as you try to navigate this path that you're on. It says the spotlight blinds to even your own life. I've never seen this card before. Like, this is the first time I've ever pulled this card. So it is a new thing for alchemy. The five sacred. This book is long. The five sacred elements. The spiraling cosmic cauldron of Akasha expresses the sacred archetypes of water, earth, fire, and air in an eternal dance of creativity, death, rebirth, and illumination, the embodied shamanic mysteries on our planet. Akasha, spirit itself that represents the fifth element. Ooh. If you have pulled this card, baby, look, are you listening? Are you listening? If you have pulled this card, you have all the tools you need to co create your reality. Interact with these ancient Neteru to see how they are assisting you to accomplish your goals and manifest in accordance with your divine purpose. The most ancient of Neteru have come together to help you become the master alchemist that you are. The Neteru is a specific term as it relates to um, the Egyptian deities. It says right here, Neteru are the deities of the Egyptian pantheon. So, you know what I'm saying. Maybe that's a path for you that you have interest in, that links to something that inspires you. I don't know, but this is about the culmination, the coming together of things. A lot of parts blended together um, to make something real. The soul's journey. I am learning to accept the things I cannot change. At this very moment, for some of you, you know, you might just be lamenting the fact that you're at this position where it's like, oh my God, I have all these choices, or be even being in this position. I tried for many years to get around this idea, but you cannot get away from it. In this world, as this system of things exists, you need money. You have to need a way to try to get your resources. So you're gonna have to do something. You're gonna have to do something. I'm sorry, it can't be helped. Really can't be helped. Um, doesn't mean you can't be open to the myriad of ways in which abundance can manifest. That is the beauty of being open to the self. Shoot, my connection ain't unstable. Uh, Hold on, I'm about to cuss your whole YouTube out. Which is why you got this card. It says the Sunstone. Take pleasure in the things that you do. Which again, if you are the person who is trying to figure out WTF you supposed to be doing, hello, this is a clue. It's the I'm not gonna tell y'all that I opened this book and turned right to this page. Is it the last one in there? It is not. I literally just went and it was right there. Never opened it. Barely bent. I barely bent it. Take pleasure in the things you do. Don't just stop and smell the roses. Make yourself a bouquet. If you find yourself moving through your day on autopilot, force yourself to stop and take a moment to appreciate the beauty in your life. If you find you're always focused on what's next, allow yourself to appreciate the moment at hand. You can even put a reminder in your phone if needed. You only get one life. Allow yourself time to enjoy it. Do something that gives you a significant boost of energy and happiness, something that fills your cup and feeds your soul. Take delight in everything you do because it is those pleasures that make life truly worth living. 4 questions. What is the greatest pleasure in your life? What is a small joy you experience every day? Crystal action. Affirm. I have plenty of time. Today, savor a small moment that you usually take for granted, such as a hot cup of coffee or exchanging smiles with a stranger. It's really the little things. Um, maybe you like me and have been waiting sometimes on like this big bong, like this big giant moment. Oh, I feel like somebody missing. Oh my God, I did it again. I done done it again. I still done missed 2 cards. Shucks. Were you waiting for this big giant gong of a moment experience, something to jump down in your lap and say, this is it right here? But that's not gonna happen. You know why? Because this is already the moment. Somebody already hit the gong, and all of life, all of experience as we know it, is the this is it. What you want to do? What color you want? How tall it need to be? How wide? What does it just smell like and taste like? What should it feel like? Say that. Who gets to say that? Nobody gets to say that. But you. It's your experience. Try all of it. Or live a life of never knowing. It says acceptance. I'm learning to accept the things I cannot change. And here you've got the lotus flower and unfoldment. Yeah, yeah, booty. Um, yeah. So, okay, legal issue, person facing the legal issue, like getting it out the mud. Even if things don't go your way, you know what I'm saying? Again, you'll find yourself in a position that you can come back from. Oh, yeah, that you can come back from. You know, it's not going to leave you just unable to, you know, on some how do I live, some Shania Twain. That's not Shania Twain. I forgot that lady name. Trisha Yearwood. It's not going to have you out here like Trisha Yearwood talking about some, how do I live without you? How do I breathe? Like, no, you're going to be okay. And it's going to prove to be, in whichever direction it goes, in your favor or not, you're going to be able to rebound from it. It will be an experience that teaches you a lot, excuse me, and that enables you to grow into this really beautiful aspect of yourself. For those of you who are out of alignment, you know what I'm saying? You need to like let this happen. You've been kind of resisting. Um, yeah, I don't know because of whatever reason, you know, maybe it's the need, the actual need and the constraints of like society or ideas. I don't know that you have about how you think this is supposed to go or how things didn't go. Right. And so you need to like accept that. It says accept the things you cannot change. It makes me think of that. God grant me the serenity to accept the things I cannot change, courage to change the things I can, and wisdom difference. And accept doesn't mean that you have to be okay with it. You just have to acknowledge it so that it can, you know, be something you can use instead of just a figment, a ghost, something that has no form or no shape. If you say, okay, yes, this is a thing, I see this, then it takes shape. You can step on it, you can pick it up, you can hoist it, you can chuck it. You can't toss a ghost. Never clotheslined a ghost before. Okay. Uh, these are some really pretty cards. Mmm. Ooh, where did I get these from? Okay, so first this. Where's the, what is this working? You're like, you're already doing it. Stop overthinking the true north. That's funny. Especially if you're this person who has thought yourself out of alignment, who is like thinking yourself into a hole, who's like, I don't know what to do, what thing to do. Like, this is it. Didn't we say this already? It's the thing you're looking for the gong, you're looking for the big moment. Excuse me, but this is the moment. Like, it is what you make it. Just follow your nose. Who knows? Shit, I don't know. What are you using for inner compass? What feels right? What feels good? What benefits the most people? These are criteria that I think are okay. You know, because we could say, I'm just here to live my best life. But you're a part of a collective. You should contribute. Well, should, I don't like the should people, but I mean, I don't know. You're not the only person here, so it's okay to think about others. And whether you thing it is that you find yourself, that is your service. Is it talking to people? Is it, I don't know, maybe you're a photographer or a musician, you like to grow things. Like, what do you like to do? Who can say? You have to explore whatever things you have. Is this something that you really want to do or that you are okay with doing? And only you are going to know that. Sorry, nobody else has the answer. You're already doing it, whatever it is, or it's already in your mind. You know what I'm saying? You kind of already know. Maybe you're like, I don't know. Yeah, you do. Directing my focus onto what's thriving creates more of what I want. So maybe that's a clue for you. That whatever you've maybe kind of ventured into previously worked in some way. Is there a way that you can rework that to fit where you are now? Is there a different perspective that you can have on it? Thinking more along the lines now of the collective. I mean, I've never been one to just push my views on anybody, and I'm definitely not here to tell you or anybody else how to live their life. I just know what I am seeing, and we're kind of moving into that age where these are the things we need to be focused on individually, which is still a part of the collective. When I say collective, I don't mean that you have to do something that changes the entire world at once. If you change the mind or heart of one person, you've changed the entire. I mean, to be perfectly honest about it, because we are all a part of each other. So even the little things. Didn't we just talk about that? Forget what card it was. Hold on. Okay, the sunstone. I'm like, we forgot it. Take pleasure in the things you do. Um, we talked about that. Take pleasure in the little things. It's the small, seemingly insignificant things. Furthermore, I do feel like in most cases, and I say most, because it's always exceptions to the rule. When you do follow what is substantial, what has meaning, what is passion, what fires you up, what enlivens you, the resources will be there. Um, you're not to worry about that, but you also do need to make sure that you can do what you need to do. Sometimes it has to be through a means that you would rather not deal with. But eventually, if you keep at it, you'll come to a place where you can be free of that. Yeah, and it says directing your focus on what's thriving creates more of what you want. So, when you, oh, wait, that's what I was going to say. Maybe you've seen areas of growth before or areas where you've had the most joy or passion or whatever the case may be. Maybe that's a clue for you to go towards that. Like, go towards the light. Go towards the light. It's like, yeah, just let yourself be a moth for a second. Go towards the light. It's okay. It's okay. Thank you, number threes. So far, I've liked your reading the best. I don't know why I felt the need to say that. Thank you so much for letting me be a conduit, a messenger for you. Please let me know in the comments below how you felt about this. Was it good? Was it trash? Please share. Please subscribe. Please hit that bell so you can get notified when I do another video. It's your girl Mojo signing out. Thank you. I'm so happy to hear that. Thank you for watching me all this time. Hi, Ninja. How you doing? I am on my last leg of this pick a card reading. It seems like it's been going forever. Um, but I'm about to do number 4. Just gotta reset myself. I'm going to. Hi, thanks so much for joining us. I'm glad to hear that. Yeah, I would say it's late, but it's also early. It's almost 5 o'clock in the morning for me, and that's cool. That's not new, kind of a nude owl, a night owl. I said a nude owl. I do personal readings. If you would like to book a reading with me, you can find me on Facebook at Magic in Progress. If you send me, we can talk about getting that set up. My readings kind of go like 15 minutes for $11, 30 minutes for 22, or a whole hour for 44. Right now, what I am doing again is finishing up. I pick a card. I'm going to do the fourth card momentarily after a sip of water. You said 1 minute only. Look, okay, 1 minute reading. Damn it. A 1 minute reading. Sure. What's your question? I don't know. The shuffle ain't really showing me nothing good. What is it though? Why my boyfriend is behaving distant? Oh, girl, listen. Mm, maybe he's already got somebody, or maybe his mother. Ooh, yeah, maybe it's just something weighing on his mind. I don't know. He might not really be facing himself or telling you the entire truth. Yeah, so you want to talk to him about that. Should have got my bell. Clear that all out. Okay. So we'll be doing the Carnelian for my group number 4. Let me get some water. I'll put y'all on mute real quick because I'm thirsty. Okay. Bringing it home, baby. We bringing it home. I guess Ninja ain't like what I had to say. But listen, you don't just roll up on people up on the internet and demand to read, and you got your little minute. But the truth is, you probably already knew the answer. That's what I seen. You already know. You need to stop asking all these people for information that you already got. That's the real truth about it. I'm just gonna tell you what I see and what I know. Number three, sorry. Number four is Carnelians. This is for you. Just shuffling out your cards. Dang, I hate that. This video finna be long. Excuse me. A mess. Okay, number four is what y'all got going on. Okay, appreciate all that. I'm getting the song Party Time, Victory, I'm feeling like triumphant, new ideas, challenges, all that. Did I cut those? Alright, look. One, two, three, 4, 5, 6, 7. Right. If I was a channel that was getting a bunch of views, yeah, I could see the benefit of doing these really long videos. Just gonna get a bunch of views. People just gonna look at it and keep looking at it. Shh. No. I don't know about all this. It's about to be 3 hours long. Not to mention, I'm tired of sitting here. Like, that's why people film the stuff and then edit it. But the way my life is set up, that don't seem like it's gonna work. Messages that want to jump out. Alright, I was about to say, but they already jumped out. So, alright. I mean, I could definitely see doing this like once or twice a week. I'm just going live, and I'm not editing. I'm not going to edit this at all. I mean, when 5 hours recording, just to spend another 5 hours editing. I mean, you can pay somebody for that, sure. It's all good though. That's what the timestamps are for. That's what the timestamps are for. Messages on the jump on. Last chance. Alright. If you knock on my decks, it's like knocking on somebody's door. Like, hey, hello, are you in there? Are you there? messages want to pop out before I select a card. Alright. Soul's journey. Let's see what it's give. See what his time at. Am I gonna remember all the decks this time? I think so. Messages, calling the messages. And last but certainly not least, the Crystal Oracle. Yeah. Okay. Yeah, because I think this one jumped out. Oh my gosh. Okay. Without further ado, let's hop into it for number 4. Oh, and you picked the. Okay, so it looks like your greatest challenge. Ooh, you got the death card. You're coming up against a really major change in your life. This could be in the realm of career or relationship. This could be like a divorce. This could be a break from your religion. This could be dealing with the actual death of a loved one. Maybe you are even facing your own mortality right now. Wow. Um, how is this challenge weighing you down? Hmm. I feel like for some of you, like you're actually not letting it face, even though maybe you do have some fear or apprehension about things. But hold on, what was the question? How is this weighing you down? Ooh, or you could be ignoring the issue, for whatever reason. Trying to put it to the back burner, maybe, or maybe hoping that if you ignore it, it'll go away. That's for some of you. Um, the best way to overcome the challenge, it's have balance. I mean, life and death, right? You can't have one without the other. Life is change. Life is this back and forth motion, this earth, air, fire, water type of energy. Ooh, okay, and this is the fire element symbolically. So it's action, it's change. Maybe you're having trouble coping with changes um, to the dynamic. Maybe it's just like preventing you from feeling like you can achieve or attain this goal or this ideal or this standard. But really, it's balance, which is not something that's static and unmoving. It is very dynamic. It is a very progressive movement, forward motion process, which is what change is. It is just a constant change, entropy, chaos in the universe. Things break down, things come together, things fall apart, things rebuild. Like, it's really a cycle, and it's nothing you can get away from. How is my shadow self responding to this challenge? Uh, your shadow's kind of like, maybe not willing. You need to explore what it is, not in the work, not wanting to give the effort. Your higher self sees this for what it is, which is necessary and vital. And so, your higher self is looking on from a place of knowing, of emotional fulfillment, of satisfaction, goodness, in the sense of, having that foresight to know already what is ahead, what is in your future. Um, I feel like this is a change ultimately that's going to be beneficial, even though it doesn't seem like it in the beginning, maybe, because it is such a big change. Why has this challenge come? To give you the world. This is the final. Wow, this is the final tarot card in the major arcana. So this is the fool's destination. He starts off tripping along with the dog in tow, the sack on his shoulder, the flower, tra la la, and this is the end result. Um, it's achieving that dream, that goal, that ideal, that thing that you wanted. It is entirely possible, and it's actually through the change that you are encountering, have encountered, or will encounter. I think what you're going to need is a bit of flexibility as far as what this ideal, what this thing looks like for you, because change is change. Things take different shape, things die, and then they fertilizer, And then a tree grows out of it, or a mushroom, or something makes its home in the fallen tree stump. Things change, things fall apart, but they still have use and purpose. And what change? What will change when you overcome this challenge? The fear of change, being able to take the, like I would say, gifts of spirit. But this is also like in a very mundane sense, instability of action. It is like a single power unit. It is like a seed, a gift of the universe. Being able to take this thing and then make it into something else. You have an idea, maybe you have a gift or a knack for something. Um, that going through this situation gives you insight on how to, as we would say, finesse it or parlay it, how to do it, like what direction to take with it, what gets you to the point where you are granted the desires of your heart. This thing that you have gone through or are experiencing right now. Additional messages. Let's see. These were both jump out cards, subtle secrets, and the price we pay. Ooh, I don't know now. This might. Mm, I don't know. Some of y'all might be out here doing some stuff y'all ain't got no business doing. But check this out. I never judge. I'm not never in a position to judge anybody. As long as you're not like a pedophile or somebody that abuses animals, hey, you're okay with me for the most part. I mean, obviously, like people that out here committing crimes against humanity. No, I'm not saying that, but I don't kink shame. Maybe you're in a relationship. You in a relationship where you're like cheating or helping somebody else cheat. Like maybe you're not attached, but maybe they are, or whatever you think. Oh, like don't. Hey, I'm not. Home was probably already wrecked before you came along because that other person didn't need their arm twisted. So, imagine if that is the case. But I guess what you really have to ask yourself is what is fighting the change that is coming with that? Like maybe there's an end to that relationship, or like you're, for those of you that are involved in that way, perhaps, maybe you're at a crossroads as far where this thing goes now. Um, I don't know. Or maybe, I don't know. I get the sense that something is ending and you have the opportunity for something else. Something about maintaining what you have and adding to it. But yeah, I don't know. There's things that aren't being said completely, either from you to yourself, because you can bullshit yourself. You can try anyway. And especially if you're dealing with other people, then you definitely have the opportunity to be misled or defrauded, especially if a person doesn't want you to know for whatever their reasons are. So that's the price that we pay. I think these other cards are going to give me more insight into that. The desert, sacred archetypal element of fire. 24. In the desert, we are surrounded by sand and a fiery red sky, with sun pouring down on the ground and wavy energy rising into the air. This is not a mirage, but rather another dimension. The domain of fire. Shut the. Shh. Didn't I say? Did, I didn't Y'all saw me. Yeah, well, if you didn't watch the shuffle, then you didn't see me. But I totally dealt this on the live. Okay, I already said what elements the stones were a long time ago, like 3 hours ago. So yeah, the domain of fire. Many mystics have quested for answers to life's deepest questions in that place of aridity, fire, and heat, for it is a place of true transformation. Mm. The energy of fire is quick. It consumes everything in its path in the blink of an eye. The energies of fire push us toward the death of the old and the struggle for a new birth. For when we go out into the desert, we realize how tenuous our hold is on life and how easily and quickly we might perish. Ooh, yet it is our willingness to die to the old and leap into the fires of transformation that we surrender the outcome and the future to wisdom beyond our egoic minds and egoic designs. Trial by fire speaks of the tempering quality of fire. It burns away the dross, which includes everything except the essence of what will be carried forth. Out of the flaming heat, the scorching fires of transformation, true wisdom is born, rising up out of the desert pyre like a phoenix with brilliant multicolored feathers glinting in the relentless sun. When you draw this card, it indicates that you are in a fiery process of death. Wow. I mean, geez, I hope somebody come back and watch this because damn, of death, rebirth, and transformation. Spend some time sitting before an open fire or in the sunlight. Light some candles, especially in the dark days of winter. As you meditate on the desert and fire, consider what no longer serves you and offer it to the fire. Ask the fire to embrace and guide you safely through your transformation. Fire can provide you with the courage to face whatever challenge is before you and the energy and vitality to accomplish your goals with responsiveness, wit, and passion. Okay, so for those of y'all that's engaged in affairs, I feel like this motherfucker done lied and done some unsavory things or whatever the case may be, and maybe you are trying to figure out how you about to face your life without them. But it's fine. You'll be fine. You'll be fine. And even if you fight it, it's going to happen. Maybe you are somebody who's like facing your mortality. I don't know if you have like a terminal illness, maybe. And if that is the case, I'm very sorry to hear that. You have my condolences, but well, and um, you're just facing another great adventure. You know what I mean? You have to continue to make things what you need to make them to leave. Um, enjoy the moments and the time that you do have as much as you can, as much as possible. Um, hmm, yeah. I mean, and for some others, it's just a time of chaos and upheaval, maybe where things don't really seem as stable as you want them to be. Um, but really, what needs to happen is just a rebalancing, an inner balancing that helps you just accept changes as they come, as they happen, because they're coming anyway. I mean, you don't have to accept them, but they are coming. Let's see. I'll be doggone. Look at that. What? Balance. I bring a state of perfect harmony into my world, and I do so without judgment. I mean, that's it. That's it right there. The temperance and the balance. Maybe allowing that scale to balance itself. It may not even necessarily be anything that you can do, let alone what you have to do. It's just happening. It is happening. But what you can do, as far as what you can do internally, spiritually, emotionally, energetically, is put to the frequency of balance, not neglecting what is important or what matters Just because you have a permanent issue that is outstanding, like you have to tend to that as well as everything that matters that isn't that, if that makes sense. Like, yes, this need is urgent and imperative, but like you still need to eat, you still need to bathe, you still need to drink water, you still need to get exercise. Um, the Earth Magic Oracle card is the solstice. Let me roll that over. It says radiance. I'm gonna read from that summer solstice, which already happened. Mm. Let the radiance of the sun inspire. Wait a minute. This was in, boy, y'all see that synchronicity. This was talking about the sunlight, letting that light shine. And even in this card, the sun is back there. Like, this is death and things are happening, but the sun is rising. Let the radiance of the sun inspire your inner radiance to shine forth. Release your concern about what may happen in the future and focus on appreciating everything you have that is good and right. Allow the sun to take away your worries and cares. Do something physically active to stimulate your inner light. Dance, sing, but most important, get outdoors. Do not let any negative thoughts or habits stop you. When you are in love with life, you naturally radiate that love. During this part of your cycle, your capacity to love is greatly amplified. In one of those supreme ironies of life, the more love you give, the more returns to you. It starts by allowing the radiant being you truly are to be expressed into the world. Smile a little more. Notice the beauty of nature. See the humor and the paradoxes of life. Show your love, especially to those with whom you are closest. Then smile even more and watch how the world around you lights up. Mm, that's really beautiful. Okay. Work your light. Get grounded. Empaths, highly sensitives, connect with nature. Yeah, I think it just said, the other card just said basically you need to get outside and get into the light. Like, I know this thing is happening and maybe it's scary or annoying or whatever the case is. It's frightening you, but don't let that stop you from connecting to what is valuable in your life, to what matters, you know. Yeah, especially with that energy, like connecting to nature helps you clear out, transmute, those negative feelings, or it helps you process. Necessarily supposed to try to move on so quickly from something, to feel that so you can understand something, and be transformed through your understanding. Help somebody else transform through your understanding of what you're experiencing. Yeah, okay. These are the other two cards. In the last message, Moonstone, live your purpose. I feel like, well, I'll tell you my thoughts later. I'm gonna read from the book. Life is a journey. We each have a unique calling to find our own way along a path to a more purposeful life. It's time to discover a deeper meaning within yourself and ensure the actions you take and the choices you make are, in fact, intentional and purposeful. How can you make a difference? What can you contribute? What is your legacy? Hmm. Follow your heart as well as your conscience. Just like the moon waxes and wanes, you may feel at times as though you are getting closer to and then further from your true purpose. When you know you walk on the path towards your highest purpose, you feel fulfilled each and every day. Core questions. Why am I here? What is my purpose on this planet? What would it feel like if I were living my highest purpose? Crystal action. Affirm. I walk my path with purpose. Today, write down three things your life would look like if you were living your purpose. Then take action towards one or more of these values. Hmm. Initially, and I mean, I still feel like this, but I was going to say that, um, this is a message that nothing can really take you off of the path that you set yourself, although things may change to a degree, like goals or dreams or something, and then an event happens that stops you from going that way. Like, even then, it's still really your choice. And even if you can't do it the way that you had initially planned, there's always a way to revamp that, to review it, to have a different perspective of how you can be doing more of what it is that you love and care for. It could be something like realizing that you already are in a position. That's for some of you. um, I feel like this could be a message just to go ahead and, really live your life on your terms despite this change too. If you are facing some sort of illness, then I definitely think it's making sure you live intentionally, in your last days, however long that you have. If you are facing the mortality of someone else who's going to pass away soon, the next however many, I mean, the time they have left is unknown, but the fact that we know is that you need to make every moment count. You need to, anybody watching, that needs to be the deal, whether you know a person is terminally ill or not. You should always live in the moment, live to make. Again, I hate shooting people because who am I to tell you what you should and shouldn't do? But live in the present. Get into the present. Get out in nature. Separate from what distracts you from time to time, so that you can get a hold to some clarity and some understanding and some wisdom, instead of always being in this place where you are terrified of these things that are happening. You can't act from a place that is grounded and firm and solid. I think that's it. Number fours. I don't have any other. Oh, hold on. Look. Hold on. Okay, in the jump cards. Yeah, no. For some of you, this is about you making a choice that you're scared to make, or that you don't really want to make. It is choosing between two extremes, two opposites. Um, but check this out. If you don't make the choice, it's already made for you. Maybe this is you really not knowing which way to go, in which case the idea would be to rely on your intuition. I link this to intuition because it's a 20, and it's 20 is 2, 2 plus 0 is 2. High priestess. Um, but this is more like that intuition being put to work. It's manifesting as a resurrection, as a reinvigoration, as a rejuvenation. Um, hearing the call, answering the calling, living that purpose, um, and making that choice from a more balanced perspective instead of a fearful perspective. Seeing that the change ultimately is going to work out in your favor and taking the gift that it has given you and building upon that. Thank you so much, number fours, for watching this. I hope this reading has been informative and helpful and interesting. Please let me know in the comments below. Lord, please let me know in the comments below what you thought about it. Well, not in below. I'm saying below because I'm going to publish this later, but let me know in the comments below how you feel about it, how you felt about it. Was it a hit or miss? Questions, concerns. If you do want to book a reading, just check the description for my infos. What else? I feel like I'm supposed to say something else. Thank y'all for coming out. God bless and good night. It's your girl Mojo signing off.